Viva Las Vegas. Welcome everybody to episode 219 of the Max Wrestling Podcast. I am the Captain Dazzy Dangerously, along with the one and only podcast machine / knowledge champion, Mike Larkin.
Dude, it's time for Double or Nothing.
It is. It's time to double down. They're no longer just a t-shirt company. They're no longer just a meme. They're an actual wrestling company with an actual wrestling card and a pay-per-view and
Well, a lot of people have been complaining because it's like $50-$60 here in the States for that show.
Isn't that standard price for a pay-per-view though?
Well, I think like the last one they had with All In was like $35-$40, and everybody's like, oh, but it's too high in price. But I'm like, look at what we got on the card though, man. They're closing the show with Jericho and Omega. We got, a lot of great matches on the card. We got Cody and Dustin. There's a lot of good stuff on there, man. I mean, we're going to see a lot of the talents from the China company coming in, a lot of stuff from the Japanese companies. So, dude, we have a lot of talent on there. And Glacier's wrestling the Battle Royal. Glacier, Daz. Glacier.
Yeah. I mean, $14.95, I think it is in the UK, which is the standard pay-per-view price. People pay that for one boxing fight. I know there's an undercard, but nobody knows who they are. But that's the standard price. And I love the the argument that people make where they go, "But WWE only charge $9.99 a month." Yeah, and it's shit. There's a reason it's so cheap.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, it's also a nice alternative. And I mean, with the fact that we got AEW October 1st now on TNT, which is awesome. And I mean, like, dude, it's really going to be an exciting pay-per-view. And I think it makes sense for Jericho and Omega to close. And what do you think about the fact that we're going to get the Battle Royal on the pre-show? But the thing with the Battle Royal is whoever wins that fights Jericho and Omega for that AEW title.
Yeah, I mean, Battle Royals belong on the pre-show, as WWE have taught us.
Yes.
I actually said to somebody the other day, which rings true, when has a lower price ever meant better quality? Ever.
That's true. I mean, well, we saw Money in the Bank where Brock Lesnar, goddammit, became Beast in the Bank.
Randy Orton's face really did tell the whole story.
It did. And I laughed very hard at that because it was true.
He was just sat there like, fuck's sake.
Well, here's the thing. Those guys killed you. Everybody killed each other. And then here comes Brock almost taking out the cameraman and then throwing out Mustafa Ali. And then he comes out. What the hell was he doing with that meme, man? He's beatboxing on the Money in the Bank briefcase the night after. I'm just waiting for Brock to Money in the Bank. I mean, like, what the hell are we doing there, bro?
Say something stupid, Paul.
It's like friggin' the wedding singer, man, at the bar with the red jacket.
Hey, if they need a beatbox, Brian Hebner.
Yeah,
we know he can do it.
When I say Cena, you say sucks. Cena sucks.
Obviously, Sunday was a clash between Money in the Bank and the Game of Thrones finale. And as I said on Throne Zone on Monday, I chose Game of Thrones over Money in the Bank, of course. Well, I mean, I watched the first 2 hours of Money in the Bank, and then I immediately switched to Game of Thrones at 2 a.m. And then I caught up with Money in the Bank the next day, and Courtney and Phoenix were both, well, I don't think Phoenix watched it actually, but Courtney was telling me, don't go into the rest of Money in the Bank with high expectations. I'm like, I don't have high expectations, it's WWE. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a terrible pay-per-view, it was just a shit finish.
Yes. I mean, I look at it like this, like, I was happy to see, well, I saw Butcher's comments about Charlotte wins the title and then Bayley cashes in her money.
I mean, that pissed me off because I thought, here we go again, Charlotte's champion for the millionth fucking time, and then very quickly I realised what was going on when they started ganging up on Becky, and I thought, wait a minute, Bayley's got a briefcase, and the two heels are ganging up on the face. So, yeah, they quickly salvaged that one. But, I mean, it seems like the reports say they're trying to make Charlotte a 17-time champion as fast as they can, and it's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, I look at it like this, too. Now, for me, I'm watching those matches. Like, obviously, as soon as Charlotte won, I was like, oh, but then Bayley came out, and I was like, okay, cool. And then there's Sasha Banks sitting at home like...
eating Twinkies.
Like, Jesus. Like, fucking I'll be honest with you, man. Let that bitch go. If she's just gonna keep complaining like that, let the bitch go. That's all I gotta say. Let that bitch go. You heard her, let my people go.
I
Let
was
that bitch.
thinking the exact same thing. Hank
Yeah,
Azaria and Fresh Prince.
that. I was also gonna go to Ferris Bueller, man, when Cameron was in Egypt's land. Let my Cameron go, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize till years later that was Hank Azaria.
Oh my God, that friggin' was amazing. I love you.
Let my
And
people
people,
go.
yes. And the champ. Oh, man. So, I mean, like, all right, I gotta be honest with you, man. I was kind of a little torn because I'm watching Becky and Lacey Evans. Like, I'm like, can both of them kind of like have a draw or something? Because I like both of them very much. So I'm like, I watch Becky and Lacey Evans. I gotta say, dude, Lacey Evans proving why she is the sassy Southern Belle, and that's why I like Lacey Evans. They had a very good match. As far as everything else, I mean, Usos beating Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan on the pre-show, and then here's Tony Nese and Aria Daivari. Aria Daivari coming out like he's Alberto Del Rio against Tony Nese in the car. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's not a bad match, dude, but nobody cared.
No, nobody cared. I mean, it took me a couple of seconds to even realize who Tony Nese was against.
Well, dude, I mean, half of that roster is, Cedric's on Raw, Buddy and Mustafa Ali are on SmackDown. All they have now are they brought back the Singh brothers. They got the Lucha House Party. Okay, what does that tell you on Raw when Lars Sullivan, who's a damn racist, hey Lars, we find you. Who are you gonna feud with? The Hispanic guys.
You expect anything less from Vince?
Absolutely. God damn it, Lars! You're saying these things. Oh, you're making fun of them. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you feud with the Hispanic guys. Gang up. 3-on-1. Which, I'll be honest with you, if anybody compares that to when Brock Lesnar first came in 2002 and he's feuding with the Hardy Boys, not even fucking a chance. You know why? Because it's the fucking Hardy Boys. This is the Lucha House Party. Friggin' just 3-on-1 ganging up on him. And I'll be honest with you, we know he's gonna crush all three of them.
I'm so happy that match was later in the show because that was the part of the show that I watched on Monday, so I got to skip it completely. Lucha House Party came out. Nope.
Well, first and foremost, who the fuck were they gonna fight in that 6-man tag? The Singh brothers and who? Like, get the fuck out of here. Who? And then I see Kofi and Kevin Owens. I think Kofi and them did their thing. Now, Kevin Owens doesn't even want to come to Saudi Arabia, which I don't blame him because last year it was Daniel Bryan. This year it's Kevin Owens.
Daniel Bryan again this year.
Daniel Bryan again this year. Thank you, Daz. And now, friggin', here comes Raven Dolph Ziggler. Why? What about me? What about Dolph? Friggin' doing his shtick on SmackDown. It should have been me. It should have been me. And now we're going to get Kofi and Dolph for the title in Saudi Arabia. What do you think about Dolph coming back out of nowhere?
I hated that promo.
Why,
the crocodile tears, man.
I know. Well, didn't you feel like he was channeling his inner Raven, though? What about me? What about Dolph?
No, I felt like he was channeling that dude that went apeshit over Britney Spears. Leave her alone.
Oh, Chris Crocker, who then went on to do gay porn, yeah.
That dude, yeah.
Nothing. That, by the way, that legit did happen, though. He went from that to, like, doing gay porn. I'm like, okay. It all comes full circle, I guess. So.
Oops, I did it again.
Oops, he did it again. Yes.
Was the first movie called Hit Me Baby One More Time?
Yes, and then the second one was called Come On Over, Baby. He switched it to Christina. Jesus. Yeah, he was stronger than yesterday, all right? Oh, my God. Anyway.
Man-eater. That's the wrong girl, but it works. That was Nelly Furtado.
I know.
What's the one Britney Spears did? That was like that.
Man-eater. Oh, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman.
No, she did one about being promiscuous.
Oh, that was Nelly Furtado.
What?
Promiscuous
Britney
girl?
Spears definitely did one about being promiscuous.
No, Wait.
It may not have been called promiscuous, but she did one like that.
Oh, toxic. You're toxic. I'm slipping under. That one?
Maybe.
Nelly Furtado did promiscuous. Aaron Timberland, promiscuous girl.
Oh, I know that one. We need an episode of Pop Culture to sort this out.
We do. No, that was Britney Spears did Toxic, and she did Circus. She did Yeah, no, toxic was no. I think hers was toxic. I don't remember anything about being promiscuous. Oh, overprotected. She did overprotected. No, anything,
No,
anything, Des
no,
Bueller. Okay.
it's not ringing any bells.
Well,
My prerogative, maybe.
oh
Maybe that's the
God,
one I'm thinking of.
yeah, that's the Bobby Brown cover she did of My Prerogative that just
But
absolutely shit the bed. Yeah.
the other one that works for a Chris Crocker film is "I'm a slave for you."
Don't try to hide.
Womanizer.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, duh. Promiscuous.
Jesus.
I was like, wait a minute. She did. Oh yeah, womanizer, boy, you're trying to front and just know what. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as you can tell, I'm a huge Britney Spears fan.
Oh, yes. Anyway, now that
Back to wrestling.
back to wrestling. Well, hey, Brittany kind of applies to wrestling because her former husband did beat John Cena on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, K-Fed.
Oh God.
When
Yeah.
I'm done with you, I'll be spearing Britney.
You see, that brings me back. 06, 07, John Cena, friggin', the FU to K-Fed. Oh, you see, now you take me back. Anyway, good Lord. So, we had Kofi and Dolph. Dude, and I'm watching Raw, and I'm like watching Seth and Kofi do that thing with Brock, and I'm like, okay, I mean, who do you think he's going to cash in on, Seth or Kofi? Because Kofi would be different.
Probably Seth.
Well, do you actually remember
Wait a minute. I don't see him cashing in on Kofi, actually, but I do see him cashing in on WWE Champion in the future and then ended up on SmackDown in time for Fox. But I don't think Kofi will be champion at that point.
Well, of course, they got to get the big guns on Fox because Roman Reigns is on SmackDown, too.
Unless, of course, they do end the brand split and we get everybody everywhere, which is basically what we've got now. The whole friggin' wildcard thing, which for me is just an excuse to have Roman Reigns on both shows every week.
That is true. What was I going to... Oh, when the last time... Oh, the reason why I'm saying Kofi, when the last time Brock Lesnar fought Kofi Kingston was?
Wasn't it Beast in the East?
Yes, 2015, where Brock Lesnar squashed poor Kofi Kingston in like 4 minutes, yes.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's been 4 years, and I mean, all right, now a lot of people were saying because Biggie, can't you see, got attacked in the back, you think he's going to turn heel on the New Day?
No, I mean, he said something like he was going to be out for another 2 years, so when they announced he was coming back this week, I was like, wait, what?
That's true. But yeah, I mean, or they could be like Dolph took out Big E, and they can also, tie that in, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
But I mean, I hope we don't get like a year or two of Big E coming back early and then getting randomly attacked backstage because he's still not cleared.
He's like Dennis Stamp. He wants to be booked. God rest his soul. I'm not booked. He's just jumping on the trampoline. I want to come back. Terry.
I love Kofi's little nod towards the fans when he was going, No, I'm champion now. We need to be serious.
I loved it too. Oh, dude. I'll be honest with you too. I am tired of Shane McMahon and The Miz just because of that finish at the pay-per-view, and that match sucked. And we're gonna get more Shane and The Miz after we get Shane and Roman in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, the feud's kind of run its course now. It would make more sense if they were 1-1, but Shane's literally 2-0. There's no point anymore.
Well, they're gonna go into Stomping Grounds, which fucking Stomping Grounds for a name of a pay-per-view. Good God. And then something will happen then, and then Miz will finally get the win at SummerSlam, and it's just like, ugh, I don't care anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry. It has run its course. And do you want to see Shane and Roman in Saudi Arabia? I know you're not gonna watch it either, like me, but no, I don't want to see.
Okay, do I want to hear about it in Saudi Arabia? No.
No. And notice how they say Jeddah instead of saying fully Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I remember like last time when they did what was the last one? Crown Jewel. And
yes.
They didn't mention the name Saudi Arabia whatsoever, but that was obviously because there was rumors they were going to cancel it or move it, and they didn't want to confirm that it was still in Saudi Arabia until the actual event.
Well, you had your best title, Blood Money 3.
Blood Money 3, yeah. We got the Takeover series, now we got the Blood Money series.
Which, speaking of the Takeover series, that card.
Wow.
It's stacked now. We got Shayna and Io. We got Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole. We got Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong. We got the 4-way ladder match, the Street Profits, the Forgotten Sons, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan and the Undisputed Era. So, I mean, that card already is stacked. Oh, and we got, dude, Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze. I cannot wait for that match.
I'm so happy Breeze is back in NXT.
Me too. Me too.
If only others in the mid-card hell on the main roster could go back to NXT.
And I think, did he want to go back to NXT? I'm guessing Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, I'm sure he tweeted about it a while ago. How he'd love to go back to NXT.
Well, I mean, when you think of the TakeOver series, TakeOver 25, I mean, Tyler Breeze was on the first ever TakeOver Brooklyn against Jushin Thunder Liger. So, I mean, he has an integral part with TakeOvers, too.
Yeah. Breeze had a lot of success at TakeOvers. He never really won any championships, but he always had great matches.
He did. And I mean, well, it makes sense with Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream is the Velveteen Dream. And then here comes the supermodel back. And they did the thing where he hit him with the selfie, which I thought, with the selfie stick and the phone, which I thought was great. They really fed off each other, and they found something with those two.
Yeah. But I mean, Velveteen Dream can have chemistry with anyone.
That is true. And I'll be honest with you, I think they were originally going to go with him and Dominik Dijakovic, but unfortunately Dijakovic is out and has to have surgery. But I think this is a good replacement for him.
Yeah, kind of worried about Dijakovic now with an injury, because we've all seen what happens when injuries fuck up your big momentum, like Ali.
That is true. That is very true. I mean, with Ali, I look at it like this. Like, they're putting him in there with Andrade because, well, Andrade...
Yeah, the winner gets a full name.
The winner gets a full name. And I mean, they're doing, of course, because the Saudis want the fucking demon in there, so we're going to get Finn and Andrade for the Intercontinental title with Finn as the demon. So, I mean, like, whatever. And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm watching Raw, I'm watching SmackDown, and I was like, okay with SmackDown, okay with Raw, but you know where I'm going with this fucking Raw with the 24/7 title. Just call it the hardcore title, goddammit.
You know, in the UK we have discount shops where they pretty much sell you knockoffs and off-brand stuff really cheap, and you always find these wrestling action figures that are not licensed, but they resemble certain people. This looks like the kind of belt you'd get in one of those packets. It's fugly.
It is very fugly. Okay, to quote Alfie and my brother and me, it's not ugly, it's oogle. That's what it is, Dad. It's oogle. And then Mick Foley's trying to sell it, and they friggin' unveil it, and nobody cares. You get crickets, and friggin' Mick is trying all his damnedest to be like the third hour Raw.
I feel bad for Mick Foley because he thought it was his fault that the segment got booed. No, Mick, it was just a horrible title, a horrible name, and you were thrown to the wolves yet again to unveil another ugly championship.
And I mean, dude, like, they're saying, oh, NXT UK, and everybody has a shot at this. But then here comes the friggin' job squad of Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews. Unfortunately, EC3, almost came in, which I will be honest with you, if EC3 would have got, I would have been happy. Then you see Gallows and Anderson fighting over it. And then Titus is the first champ. Then Robert Roode's the second champ. They're all chasing after Robert Roode. And then R-Truth finally, stuffs him in the chunk. Then he pins him, which, I mean, we have comedy now with this because R-Truth took the European title to SmackDown, as he called it, which I loved. And what did you think about Truth dressing up as a woman?
Reminded me of Jerry Briscoe and Pat Patterson.
God, don't remind me.
I really don't like the 24/7 rule. I didn't like it the first time. I thought the 24/7 rule was the death of the Hardcore Championship. And obviously they're not going to have hardcore matches the same way they did back then, so it's just pointless.
I'll be honest with you, Daz. I was there for the last ever Hardcore Championship match between Rob Van Dam and Tommy Dreamer, Madison Square Garden, August 2002, the night after SummerSlam. And then I said to myself, wow, okay, they're getting rid of the Hardcore title. Then 17 years later, I'm like, okay, Rob Van Dam and Tommy Dreamer are still wrestling each other on Impact. I see how it all comes full circle. Oh, my God. So, I mean, like, the Hardcore title, I was a fan of the Hardcore title. I mean, there's so many, the Fun Time USA with Crash Holly and the Headbangers, so many great moments, but you can't go into Plunder City now. I mean, what is this, just like every week, like everybody's running after him? Oh, I smashed him into a car, 1, 2, 3. Oh, how about a roll-up, 1, 2, 3? Like, well, that's not as plunderish as it used to be because we have to, be careful nowadays.
Yeah, you can't have somebody wrapped up in a chain link fence and pinned in the Mississippi River
River, yes. We cannot do the Mississippi River pins anymore. Or pinning them in the snow.
Yeah. Or the ball pool.
Yes, yes. Well, I did like the homage to kind of like when the Mean Street Posse, were trying to pin Crash when he was dressed as a clown, because we saw that with the B Team. They were fighting over who's gonna pin freaking Bobby Roode and R-Truth.
I mean, it provides a little bit of comedy, but even back then they did comedy better. And if it wasn't for our truth, I don't think it would be funny.
Exactly, man. And I mean, like, I'm also watching this week. I'm kind of curious to get your take on this, dude. We saw the women on SmackDown with the Iconics, and we saw Carmella, and we saw Mandy Rose and the whole nine. But I have to ask you. We'll get to that. But dude, Nikki Cross with Alexa Bliss. What do you think about that?
I don't know, because they seem to not be able to make their mind up of if they're going to change Nikki Cross's character or not. She's doing a Matt Hardy. She's flipping in between. Like, one minute she's batshit crazy, the next minute she's like, I'll be your friend.
Exactly. I'll be your partner, Becky. And I mean, the match was fine with the Iconics and her. I mean, Lacey Evans walking out, and then Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss just standing there with a coffee.
Oh,
So, I mean,
somebody
yeah,
put a meme up about Becky Lynch saying, imagine how elevated you are when people mock you for only having one championship.
that's funny. That's true. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you could hear it, but I was watching the match, and when Becky goes for the missile drop kick, and Billy Kay, I guess, was a little out of position, you hear Becky yell, "Closer! Closer!" Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, dude, she's going for the drop kick, then all of a sudden I hear, "Closer! Closer!" I'm just waiting for her to go twice! Twice!
Damn it,
No.
Jeff!
Damn it! God damn it, Jeff! Yeah, Billy,
That will always be the funniest botch ever.
it was. Well, Jeff Hardy was friggin' okay. Watching that as a 10-year-old live in Madison Square Garden, just listening to him yell at Jeff and Jeff shaking the ropes too late. I'm like, God damn it, Jeff! God damn it! And that was the same night of Give Me the Fucking Mic. Good lord.
Yeah. Well, I'd say that's the funniest botch ever. The funniest one I've ever seen physically was Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray. When Jeff hit a twist of fate on the outside, and Bully Ray sort of slowly stumbles and feels around for the table behind him, and then slowly lies down on the table.
Oh God, the TNA botch with the aces and eights here.
Yeah. Oh, so bad.
I mean, what else can I say there, man? I mean, with SmackDown this week, did you like how Becky was pretty much saying like, "Hey, Bailey, I'm still coming after you after I'm finished with those two dopes."
Yeah, she wants her second belt back.
She does. Now, I'm with Bailey. I'll be honest with you. Are you looking forward to more Bailey and Charlotte matches now?
I kind of like the Bailey I'm seeing right now.
Yes.
It feels like she's finally been able to step out of Sasha Botch's shadow.
Sasha Botch. Yes.
Fuck.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch, Taz. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, and she's not such a nice girl anymore, because that was a pretty dick move to obviously cash in on Charlotte.
Oh yeah. Well, it kind of reminded me of like when everybody got behind Bailey in NXT, and then she's running through the crowd like she's DDP in WCW. I mean, like, it was cool. It was nice to see it. Money in the Bank. I mean, I'm watching this whole show as well because we're bouncing around a little bit. But dude, I have to ask you because we saw, I mentioned Kofi and then I would mention Money in the Bank. Seth and AJ Styles stole the fucking show.
Yeah. To be honest, I didn't think the match had much story. It was basically two baby faces struggling for power, which I never enjoy because you need a good story for a championship match. But it didn't really matter because the match, as you said, killed it. It was everything we expected from an AJ Styles Seth Rollins match. It was everything AJ and Nakamura should have been.
Oh, yeah. And then I watch Raw the next night and I see AJ Styles slap Baron Corbin. I'm like, please tell me he's not moving on to Baron Corbin.
Yeah. I'm a little bit confused about Baron Corbin because I saw pictures from a live event last week where he was back in his old wrestling, like actual wrestling gear, and this week on TV he's back in his stupid suit again.
Yeah. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck they're doing with Baron Corbin. I mean, Bobby Lashley's going to fight Braun, and then
Braun... can't wait.
Yay. And now, what did you think about Braun killing Sammy?
I don't really know where this has come from either. How did this feud get started?
because he threw him in the garbage.
Yeah, I remember that, but how did that get started?
Maybe Braun remember when Mick Foley was having him fight, Sammy, and then Sammy survived that match, and then, hey, it all comes back full circle, but this time Sammy's a heel. I don't fucking know, but yeah, then Sammy fights Kofi on SmackDown, and friggin' whatever. I mean, I'm sorry, man, but the WWE product, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people were saying that the best thing about Raw was 1 minute of throw your cares away, Daz. Throw your cares away, man. I mean, that legit has gotten so good. Just, they started all happy, and then, if you're feeling lonely today, go ahead and throw your cares away. Let me in on the baby's t-shirt. Let me in on the kid's forehead, and just, I cannot wait.
Yeah, that was... I don't know, it was a very dangerous area to move into when they had, like, all these kids and then this dark, sinister man going, let me in. I thought, okay, they need to be very careful how they do this.
Okay, well, dude, we're not on the level of friggin' Goldust as 7.
Well,
and
no.
WCW going, fear me. We're not in that realm yet. But, I mean, it's cool. Oh, God, I'm taking it back to Vince Russo, late WCW. But no, I mean, it's cool. Like, it's different, and everybody that complains about, oh, you scared my kid, shut the F up.
I'm glad your kid got scared. That's the point. Should be.
That's the point.
I was 8 when I first saw Kane in a mask. How the fuck do you think I felt?
Exactly. I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, I mean, friggin' look at what the hell they've done. I mean, I was friggin' like Kane in the mask, friggin' watching the Undertaker friggin' take souls, early Undertaker. Like, come on, I was a kid for the Phenom Undertaker, and that scared the shit out of you. And the Ministry of Darkness, come on.
I was 10 when I saw Mae Young's breasts.
I was friggin' 10 when HLA came into fruition on Raw, and they're friggin' doing Katie Vick and the friggin' Billy and Chuck wedding. So shut the fuck up. God, there's been a lot worse than friggin' let me in. Like, come on, please. We've seen much worse.
I'm just on edge now to see Bray Wyatt in physical form with that mask and everything.
Could he be Seth's next opponent? Because I thought it was very funny how he put on Twitter, like, hey, Seth, hey, Roman, can we be friends? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm surprised we didn't see him on Raw.
Well,
I mean, like, in person.
Yeah, I don't know when they're going to, like, fully, like, have him come out as this let me in. I'm waiting for him to come. I want him. I want to be let in. I want to see him.
Really hope they don't fuck us over and have him debut at Blood Money 3.
Oh, God, please, for the love of God, do not do that. And I'm like, watch, because they got this, what else? I mean, they got a lot of matches. They announced Orton and Triple H. I'm like, watch, the 50-man Battle Royal. He debuts in that. And then John Cena wins the Battle Royal because Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I can think of that would be poetic would be debuting just before SummerSlam like he did in 2013.
That would make sense. Kind of like all come full circle before he wrestled like Kane that time. Yep, I agree.
This is not the beginning. It's the end. I still love that debut and that promo.
The world is deteriorating at our toes and we can't do nothing about it.
I actually still had goosebumps the next day when I saw that Bray Wyatt debut in 2013. It was awesome.
It was. I mean, even though the douchebags fucking chanting Husky Harris in the crowd, like, fuck off.
Yeah. But it didn't bother him.
No.
And then, of course, WWE fucked it up.
Yes,
as they do.
Well, yeah, because, hey, what are we going to do? We're going to have him wrestle John Cena at WrestleMania and lose! They got this whole steam. Friggin' them and the Shield don't even touch. This is awesome. What are we going to do now? He's going to lose to Cena at Mania. Yay!
The only feud he actually really properly won was his first feud with Kane. And it wasn't even an Inferno match.
It was a Ring of Fire match. Oh. But yeah, that's true. I mean, what other feuds has he won distinctly besides fucking Ryback because he was dumb as fuck? Besides the Ryback feud, what other feuds has he definitively won?
Did he win the one with Jericho, or did Jericho win that one?
No. Yeah, he beat Jericho in the cage match. That was the end of Jericho. Yeah, so Jericho.
Okay, so he's won 3 feuds.
He's won 3 feuds. Randy Orton, we couldn't have him win because we had to go to the... Well, actually, he kind of technically won the Randy one because after that they had that god-awful...
But they announced it was a championship rematch, and then...
He loses the title.
Yeah, or the title went to a different brand or something stupid, and
Oh
then
yeah,
they have to
fuck
make it a non-title match. I'm like, why?
2 years. It's 2 years ago. Jinder Mahal won the title.
Wasn't it before that? I'm sure Randy was still champion, but
No,
he got drafted to SmackDown, so they made it a non-title match.
did they? No, wait a minute. No, wait, no. I distinctly remember Jinder getting involved, and was I don't recall if Jinder Mahal was the champion though. Oh wait, no, I think he might have still been the champion. Yeah, you're right. I could be wrong, but I remember this is when we were going towards Orton and Jinder. But yeah,
Yeah, and I
you're
was
right.
like, why is it a non-title match now? Just because he's on a different brand?
And the fridge, man, the fridge,
Oh, the bouncy fridge,
the bouncy fridge.
the fridge
Oh,
that was full of airbags. Probably had
yes.
Indiana Jones in it as well.
Jesus.
Hey,
Now,
if you get hide in a fridge, you can survive a nuclear blast. Just
that
saying.
is true. Now, speaking of that being 2 years old, can you believe that it's already been 3 years since Cody Rhodes got released from WWE, and look at him now.
Yeah. And so it's probably been 3 years since I've been blocked by Cody Rhodes.
Wait a minute, why did you get blocked by Cody
I
Rhodes?
don't know. To this day, I still maybe it was because I was insulting Brandy because I never liked her as a ring announcer, even though she's amazing now. But I never insulted Cody because I really enjoyed the Stardust gimmick.
Me too. And first of all, I love you, man, just because a lot of people hated her as a ring announcer. And then she started wrestling, and I saw her in TNA, and I'm like, oh, God, she's fucking terrible. Now I love her, like you. Like, now I love her. I think she's great. But my God, when she started getting in the ring, it was the drizzling shits. It was very, very bad. But yeah, now she's great. We love you, Brandy.
I
So,
don't want to go on this tirade with like the Young Bucks and go, get Cody to unblock me. I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked with Velvet a few years ago, but
Okay, all right. Now, speaking of someone that has blocked you and called you out, did you see who MLW signed?
oh, no, wait.
Austin. They signed Austin.
Yes,
Aries.
yes, of course.
How the fuck does that happen? You see what was happening with him in WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, and MLW says, we'll take him.
This guy's a walking heat magnet. Yeah, where do we sign?
Where do we... Jesus. I'm like, he's just so... You know what it is about Austin Aries too that annoys me? We never said he's a bad wrestler because we've been following his career since the beginning. But he pushes the vegan shit down your throat. It's like, there's nothing wrong with being vegan, but dude, other people are not vegan like you. Just saying. Like, shut the fuck up.
I will give him credit that he doesn't insult people that argue with him about it, though. He just kind of go, okay, well, that's your opinion, but here's what I think.
Like he did with you.
Yeah. And then everybody proved him wrong.
Well, of course. Hey, friggin' Allie, the vegan, is now in AEW, and Allie's one of those that'll argue with you, and then he'll be like, I respect your opinion, but here's what I think. I'm like, yeah, it's great. People. But yeah, I mean, as far as what we have with that, Austin Aries, MLW, whatever, as far as Raw goes, I meant to ask you this as well. So, friggin' the R-Truth stuff with the 24/7 title, when do you think we'll see that on 205, NXT, NXT UK? Like, how the hell did they do that? Is Drake Maverick going to be running to every different brand now because you saw him getting all tired and cramps? Drake 24/7, man.
I honestly don't care what they do with that piece of shit.
Dude,
The title, not Drake Maverick.
I was about to say, wait a minute, Dad.
No, unlike a lot of people, I actually like Spud.
That made me laugh though, because when Mick's coming in,
Yes.
as soon as he's straight back, he doesn't even call. He goes, "Hey, Spud." I'm like,
I
Jesus.
caught that.
I'm like, come on, Mick. Well, that is true. They've known each other since like TNA, so whatever. But I mean, that was funny. Hey, Spud. I'm like, Jesus.
I wonder if he bumps into Drew McIntyre and go, hey, Galloway.
Hey, yes. All right, now I got to say this to you. With friggin' the gimmicks, when we were talking about Bray Wyatt and stuff, how does Bray Wyatt get that awesome gimmick and then it's just Mojo Rawley's just like, oh yeah, I painted my face?
Because nobody gives two shits about Mojo Rawley.
I was waiting for that.
You know what his paint looks like?
What?
If anybody's seen Kingsman 2, when they sample some narcotics, they get this sort of blue rash.
Okay.
It looks exactly like that. So maybe Mojo's been on the old sniffy.
Now, me being my pop culture self, I have to say this. If Mojo Rawley was blue Yeah, I'm blue. If I was green, I would die. Thank you. And yes, I do know what you're talking about. I saw the image from that. Yes, that is exactly what Mojo Rawley looks like. Good Lord.
Mojo's been partying with Elton John.
Oh, someone save my life tonight. Yes.
Cheap plug, by the way, Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Have you seen that yet or no?
No, I think it came out today. Or yesterday.
Okay.
But no.
Let me know how that is because it looks very good.
Do you know what? I think we've covered all of WWE.
Did we really?
Yeah, I mean, Cesaro got new music, which is very cool.
Oh yes, and him beating. Oh my God, who the hell did he wrestle? Oh, Ricochet. Duh. Sorry, Ricochet. Yes, I mean, I kind of like Cesaro as this heel now, just doing his thing. I kind of appreciate it.
But we're in this period now where you can't lose more than 2 matches in a row because people lose their shit. So now people are obviously concerned about Ricochet because he's lost a couple of matches. Look, you can't win forever. Otherwise, you'd be John Cena or Roman Reigns.
That is true. Now, speaking of Roman Reigns beating Elias in a matter of seconds on in the bank, and then we have that competitive match that we saw on SmackDown, and Roman still won.
I thought they were trying to keep people liking Roman Reigns now. They're not doing a very good job.
Yeah,
I don't want to boo Roman.
Well, they friggin' pushed Elias to the side, and now McIntyre is Shane's insurance policy.
Yeah. Help. No, I gotta say, Roman walking backstage with the bulletproof vest hanging over his shoulder for protection for when Elias hit him with a guitar.
Yes, I saw that. I liked it. That was very funny. And I mean, the Elias concert was great. And then all of a sudden, the Superman punch and spear. And I'm like, oh, God. And then they did the thing where Elias is singing to him on top of the truck as he's walking, which I thought was pretty cool this week. I mean, you know what it is, too. And then, like you mentioned, Cesaro and Ricochet. With Raw and all that and SmackDown, you know what it is? I kind of just have been with both of the products. Like, I kind of just can't wait till NXT comes on because NXT's been kicking ass and taking names. And also, I think it's because everything with the main roster product is just like, can NXT come so we can have some sanity?
Yeah. Sanity, literally.
Literally. By the way, it was nice to see Eric Young in that 24/7 title run through. Like, hey, Eric, how you doing?
Poor Eric Young.
Poor
Killian Dane.
Killian Dane wrestled on NXT, man. A live event, so it looked like they are trying to get him back in NXT.
Yeah, what about Alexander Wolf?
He's on NXT UK with Walter.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, I mean, that's not bad. And they killed it this week, man. Walter and Pete Dunne, too. My God.
No, it's not bad, but I mean, they brought the whole group up from NXT and then literally did absolutely nothing with them and then broke them up. So, what the fuck?
I just don't get it. And I mean, whatever. Whatever.
Can you imagine if they did that with the Shield? Just bring them up from NXT. Don't give them the Shield gimmick on the main roster. Don't do anything with them and then break them up quietly.
Yeah, that just, no. It's like, well, I was furious when they broke up the Wyatt family. Like, we had something good, and then you want to split them up.
Yeah, and then brought them back together, and then split them up, and then brought them back together, and then split them up. Kind of like the Shield.
Kind of like the Shield, yeah. I mean, just, ugh. They love splitting people up. They really do.
Yeah, especially couples on the main roster.
Oh.
Unless, of course, you're Charlotte Flair.
That is true, because Andrade has his mommy, as he called her, on Twitter, his mommy, on SmackDown.
But hey, Andrade is now on Raw. Charlotte, you know I'm dating him, right? Hey, Andrade's back on SmackDown.
Back on SmackDown. Yes. Well, hey, look at Aleister Black. He's cutting his dark promos, and Zelina Vega's there with him on SmackDown. You lucky son of a gun, you, Aleister Black.
I love it was like screenshots that I saw of a video somebody posted of Selena cutting a selfie. Xavier Woods in the background creeping, and then you see Aleister Black scare him off.
I thought that was great. I enjoyed that very much. Well, speaking of something, okay, I meant to ask you this as well, because I know we really have kind of glanced over everything with Raw and SmackDown, but I got to say, Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe at the pay-per-view, he wins. Samoa Joe's got a bloody nose. What'd you think about, the Samoa Joe promo on Raw?
I just don't understand why Joe's feuding with Rey Mysterio.
I don't know either. I really can't answer you on that, but yeah, we're gonna.
I also can't understand the significance of Dominic. Are they actually going to do anything with him or what?
I think he is signed to a contract, and I mean, we did see him do some stuff in Lucha Underground, like get involved, but he didn't wrestle. I think he can wrestle. I think he's been training, but yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more Dominic instead of just having a custody battle for him like they did with Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, if Joe does his whole getting personal thing, it's gonna be sick. If he just goes, Ray's not even your daddy.
Oh my God, bring it back, man, bring it back.
But yes. Then people are gonna go, oh, don't go there, and then he'll go, I'm your daddy.
It's like Wendy all over again.
What's Ray's wife's name?
Oh, Angie.
Angie.
Daddy's coming home. Well, let's see CM Punk singing "Happy Birthday" to Princess Aaliyah, friggin' during that Straight Edge Society.
Yeah, now the only other thing I need to mention on WWE is, of course, Brock comes back, and for some reason he still has some fans out there. It's like the cult of Lesnar or some stupid shit, who will always pipe up, oh look, ratings are back up. Okay. Chill the fuck out, okay? Because the difference was like 200,000 people, which is basically nothing. And also, it was the night after a pay-per-view. They announced they were going to unveil a new championship, so obviously ratings were going to be up a little bit. It doesn't mean it's because of Brock Lesnar. If Brock was such a draw, they'd be back in the 3-4 million bracket.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of them tried to justify the ratings with that.
Yeah, and it's always as well, Brock draws the most money for pay-per-views. No, he doesn't. He just works the biggest pay-per-view, so obviously they're going to draw more money.
Duh.
It's fucking logic, which Brock Lesnar fans seem to lack.
Because they just want to see Suplex City.
Yeah.
Suplex City.
Big muscle man, do the suplex thing.
And here's the thing, man. As someone, and you and I, have been watching Brock, there's a difference between him from 2002 to 2004 than what he does now. Yeah. He actually worked and killed it. Now he's just, let me throw you around and then pay me.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar 2002, 2004 was a super athlete. No offense, Rusev. Mm-hmm. Ever since he's come back from UFC, yeah, as you said, just give me money, whatever. I don't want to work for too long. I only want to work these certain shows. I don't give a shit. Give me a belt.
Well, speaking of some working too long, I'm going to say this right now, and you said it best with your Oldberg and Pension Taker, which still has me cracking up. So, they are not going to go...
frame on a pole match.
Oh, God. They are not going 20 minutes. That match is going to be so short and not even funny.
First of all, Goldberg never went more than 20 minutes in his prime.
Exactly.
And Undertaker is literally old, and he's just not the same guy anymore.
He's not. But it's like, oh my God, first time ever. Like, if this was like 15 years ago, I would have been like, okay. Now I'm just like, I don't care. And of course, we got to do it in Saudi Arabia. Okay.
I mean, Goldberg and Taker were in WWE at the same time in 2003. What? Yeah.
Friggin', yeah. Like 15 16 years ago.
And they didn't have the match then when it would have actually meant something.
Well, yeah, this was also when friggin' Goldberg was on Raw and Undertaker was on SmackDown as the Biker Taker, which would have been fine. But then, yeah, when Taker came back was as the Phenom at WrestleMania 20, and that was also when Goldberg left. So, I mean, yeah, they could have done something. But no.
Instead, we got to wait for Blood Money.
Blood Money 3.
Where they're both past their prime and nobody gives a shit.
Except for the Saudis.
We want Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant's dead. We don't care, we pay you money.
Yes. Well, speaking of Saudis, we actually did see that on NXT this week. Mansoor beating Sean Maluda. Now, I got to ask you, what are your thoughts on Mansoor? Okay. Well, do you know who that is, though?
You've told me before, but I forgot.
Mansoor is the voice of Cole Quinn.
That's it, yeah.
I like just what do you think of Mansoor? Yeah, he's okay.
No, I mean, not he's okay. Just like it's early days. We'll see what they do with him.
Well, that is true. And then they brought Sean Maluda back for Adam Mothballs, which I like Sean Maluda. He's all right. I mean, dude, the NXT I couldn't even complain about because Velveteen and Tyler, you mentioned, did their thing. We're getting more with Matt Riddle and Roderick Strong, and that tag match was excellent. But I know you don't want to see the Street Profits win the tag titles in the ladder match.
I despise the Street Profits.
Because you know they might go there.
Well, yeah, that's why I haven't really paid attention to NXT since they got their title shot.
You really do not like Montez and Angelo Dawkins.
No, their gimmick is so irritating.
Crime Time 2.0.
Not even that. It's just when they talk, I want them to shut up.
Yeah, fam. We in here, fam. We in here, fam. And then here comes Montez Ford doing the running man and then the friggin' cup. You know what I'm saying? We in there, baby. Street Profits.
Also, I've just realised why I forgot who Mansoor was, because he looks nothing like Cole Quinn.
That is very true.
Well, at least Buzz and
Baron Blade.
Baron Blade actually look like the guys that voice him.
Yeah, AJ Kirsch legit looks like Buzz, and Baron Blade, the guy who voices Baron, looks kind of like Baron Blade a lot. So here's the funny part about it is I don't even refer to him as Baron Blade anymore. You know what I refer to him as?
What?
Thanks to Butcher, I refer to him as the motherfucker.
I wonder if that was everybody's reaction when he was unveiled as the attacker in the story. Motherfucker! Even though it was kind of obvious.
Oh, yes. I mean, oh, dude. Friggin' that season. All right, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of some of the newer games, but my God, that season was great, and it was very obvious that it was Baron Blade under the mask. As soon as you're coming out, you're like, oh, no. Oh, come on. No. And then you take it off, it's like, yeah, son of a bitch. Because then, well, the whole story was great. Don't ever contact me ever again. I never want to speak to you ever again. And then he come. Now, which mode did you take? Did you take where at the end where you have him at WrestleMania, you have him come back and he's in that green suit, or did you take? Oh, you took that mode. You didn't have him just you by yourself and Cole comes out.
No. I believe in second chances. Unless your name is Anthony Walker.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that because he's back.
We're not going to name drop it, but it's back.
It's back.
Fuck
it's
me.
Back.
As Butcher said, it was shit the first time round. Oh man.
God. All right, so okay, you Mr. Second Chance gave Baron Blade in his green suit a second chance. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Do you like, as far as the video games go, that evolution of Baron Blade as a skinny guy with the earring, and then he gets the WWE 2K, and then he's this fat older guy, promoter, BCW, and you're like a son to me, and all that good stuff. Like, did you like the evolution of that character in the games?
Well, I didn't see a skinny Baron Blade. When the hell was that?
That was like WWE 2K15, WWE 15, some shit like that. When he was like blonde and he had like the earring. You don't remember skinny Baron Blade?
No. To be honest, I don't remember the story on any of the previous 3 or 4 games.
Okay, but yeah, Baron Blade was on those games. Like, he started he's skinny and he's very good, and then he's skilled, and then you get to this one, and then he's all fat and pudgy, and you're like a son to me, and Buzz, and the whole nine, man. Just
was he like a main rival in NXT?
I think so. Yes.
Okay, I think it's starting to come back to me.
It all coming back to me. Yes, Daz. Yes, it's all coming back to you.
Everything's coming full circle.
It does. It really does. Oh, I have to say this as well. So I did watch 205 as well. The other thing I got to mention with 205 is, okay, so Tozawa is winning this Fatal 5 right now. I'm like, if they go towards Tony Nese and Tozawa, I'm guessing that's fine for a few. But I know that because they did the whole thing, Aria Davari's not back. And, of course, Aria Davari, Saudi Arabia. It's going to happen in the rematch. I don't mean to be stereotypical, but I know where they're going with this.
It's WWE.
I understand what you're saying. You don't have to freaking be low-key with it. I know what you're doing.
Yeah, remember Black History Month? Who all the champions were? Yeah, we see how WWE works.
Yep. We see. We see you. But yeah, that's all I just wanted to mention with 205. Besides, NXT, I meant to say this to you, man. We're gonna get Mia and Butcher's favorite wrestler Bianca Belair again, which I want to see Mia put a whooping on that girl Bianca Belair. How about you?
I whip my hair back and forth.
Well, I whip my hair back and so
I don't care. I like Bianca Belair.
I'll be honest with you, I like her too, but yeah, I just wanted to say that because I know Butcher can't stand her guts, and it's so funny. Because that's the point.
It's not at the level of Phoenix and The Miz, but
Oh
yeah.
my god. How much you think Phoenix was overjoyed when friggin' Shane McMahon slipped out of the shirt and he won that match? Him and his dad bod. Shane and his dad bod winning that cage match.
I don't think Phoenix has ever been more excited to see a dad bod.
Love him. But okay, now the other NXT match I want to mention to you because I announced it for next week. Dude, Kushida and Drew Gulak, that's going to be some good shit.
Yeah. Hopefully Kushida stays in NXT as long as he can.
Okay, so you're pretty
much see the same treatment as Hideo and Nakamura have got.
So you're pretty much channeling your inner Billy Madison. Stay here. Stay as long as you can. Cherish it.
I'm also channeling my inner Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Oh, yes.
Okay, so before we get into AEW and stuff, let's provide everybody with the next round of the King of the Mic tournament. First of all, the winner from last week between Moni Lynn and Robert Davis, with a vote result of 67% versus 33%. Robert Davis.
Yeah. Finally getting the win over Moni.
Yeah, finally defeated Moni. I think it was the third time they've gone against each other.
Yes.
So congratulations to Robert Davis. Now, obviously, we've changed the format a little bit because we didn't have Daniel Crimmins versus Ted P. De Niro. Mr. Crimmins was originally going to get a bye, but breaking news last night on RWT and Max Wrestling Interactive was that the RWT kingpin himself, Emir Blackbean Costello, the former promo champion, will be stepping out of retirement to fill in for Mr. De Niro and will take on Daniel Crimmins next week, along with Mike, your match with Courtney Summers.
Here's the thing, man. Like, we're homies. She's my homegirl. You know, I record, Oiled Abs 24/7 with her, also known as Talking Strong Style with the Switch Babe. She knows. The girl's distracted. She loves her some Jay White. She loves her some Kiwi, baby. So, I mean, the girl knows. She knows. And she's my homie. But I'm going to say next week, dude, and friggin' Butcher and everybody was going on me about my pre-recordedness of my promos because, hey, that's what I do. And I can talk like that. So I got to say this, man. You've seen the promo. I mean, Courtney's got a little bit of fight left in her. I got a little fight going against her, man. I brought the heat.
He definitely did. I've seen it.
Brought the heat. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I know she'll probably. I told her to bury me softly. I was channeling in a Route 7 The Undertaker. But I'm saying, I at least brought the heat with this. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Courtney comes back with. That's all I got to say. You see, it's all good here, man. Like, if it was anybody else in this tournament, I probably would have said something like I did when I fought Ted in, like, the first King of the Mic, which was fun, and I love Ted for that. But, I mean, like, it's different, man, because that's the thing. You're putting me against my homegirl, and it's just like, dude, I can't say anything bad about this girl except for the fact that she gets distracted over Jay White's abs. That's about it, because we know it. She's a sick puppy. I could do all day because that's what she is. You say Jay White, she says, how high? So, I mean, about it.
She's also the only female in the tournament now that Robert has eliminated Moni. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
She's carrying the banner for the pink side of humanity.
The pink side of humanity?
Now I'm going to get all these crazy motherfuckers coming at me like, there's 27. No, there isn't. Okay. Before we get too political. Yeah, so congratulations to Robert Davis. He will be facing the winner of Daniel Crimmins and Emir Blackbean Costello. Mike and Courtney will be facing, well, whichever one of them wins will be facing the winner of this match this week, which is between Moses Marquez and The Walker.
We'll be kings and queens. We'll walk this city streets forever.
So, King/Queen of the Mic tournament. A promo tournament. Let's see how this goes. My opponent, a man I know little to nothing about, and that is Travis the Walker Anderson. Now, I am a fan of The Walking Dead. So I get your Walker reference. I see your mask. So you've come back from the dead, huh? So you're a dead man. Let me introduce you to Paul Morales, the original dead man, the OG, and the mask. I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I'm having a promo against a mask. Because we don't know who Travis Walker is. We know, or Travis Anderson is. We know who the Walker is because that's the only guy that jumps on the mic. And where I'm from and the lucha libre that grew up around, that I know all about, you have to earn your mask. And sir, I don't know, but I will tell you this, you didn't earn no mask. And if that's a mask you earned, throw it in the trash. So that's my promo against the mask. Okay? Realize who you're talking to here. Okay? This is a promo about a guy who's always on top. Okay? Smart Mark Radio. You ever heard of it? I'm sure you have. I'm all over the place. Google Play, SoundCloud.com, Retro Rewind, Paul, Emir, Moni. We're all right there. But it's me that's running the shop. It's me that's running game. And no disrespect to my partners. They already know what it's about. Okay? We're in this together. But right now, you's against me. Okay? We may be the Horsemen. But right now, you's against Ric Flair. You against the 16-time world champ. Okay? And I'm not going to give you a Ric Flair impression. You want to know why? Because you're not worth it. You're not worth the Ric Flair impression. But because you wear a mask, I'll give you one impression. Don't stand a chance, brother, against me. Get you around the bend.
How's it going, guys? You're probably expecting, the scary zombie mask, the boogeyman, whatever you want to call it. But this is the round 3 of King of the Mic. I'm up against my boy, Moses, I ain't gonna do that. I don't want to do that. The Walker, yeah, that's for the butcher. I'll save that for him. But here we are, round 3. I saw the promos last week. Daniel Crimmins, not bad. But Moni Lynn? Robert Davis? What the hell was that? Robert, you threw in the towel? You straight up copied Daniel Crimmins, saying you don't care about this tournament, you don't want nothing to do with it. Moni, you needed to bring in help to defeat the man with the eyes or whatever. Moses, I'm up against you this week. And I sure as hell you're bringing me a damn fight, because I'm not going down without a fight. I want to make it to the end. I don't want you to throw in the towel. I don't want you to just ghost me like you did. Not like you did, but Teddy P? Where the hell are you, bruh? I really hope that this competition, this tournament gets even better. Because this tournament it's my first promo tournament. And 2 out of 3 people have already said they don't even care about it and want to just throw in the towel. You got one that didn't even show up. Get it together, RWT. This is a tournament. This is a fight. And I'm here to fight because I want to make it to the end. I want to become king of the mic. And come for you, Butcher. Moses, you're a cool dude, and I hope you're bringing a fight. I'm not going down without a fight.
We'll be kings, kings and queens. We'll walk these city streets forever.
So those are the promos, and you can vote for the best one at maxwrestling.net/vote. And before we go on, just want to remind you that the theme song for the King of the Mic tournament is Kings and Queens by Diamond Days, taken from their EP The Death of Us, available now on iTunes and Spotify.
Welcome to the madhouse, enter the sway. Welcome to the dark side of all the fame. Beware of what you know you're asking for. It's not just
Now at Trivia Takeover 4.0 Curse of Champions, I will be defending the Knowledge Championship. And I feel, you came from my jugular at Promo Mania, but I still came out on top.
Congratulations, Mike. Still the Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion, and of course you will complete your 365 days tomorrow.
Oh,
Son of a bitch.
time after time after time, dude, we've been doing this for 2 years.
We are guaranteed a new champion.
I've lost my title, but may the best man win. I'm not a sore loser, so.
But if Mike gets this one right, he is the new champ. You are the new Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, boy. Well done,
Just-
Larkin.
Thank you, sir.
Well done. You can keep
Just
it warm
in
for
time.
me till Promo Mania.
And the winner, and still Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion, is Mr. Mike Larkin. Commiserations to the Phoenix.
So, I ask you again, what are you gonna do when you don't win it?
He's going to leave, isn't he?
Just means I gotta come back and I've just got. No.
If this is wrong, Kenny is the first 2-time champion. If it's right, yeah, it's a draw, but you do retain. And you are still the Max Wrestling Knowledge Champion. And in 2 weeks, you will surpass Kenny's record.
And this is an event where classic rules are coming back. Classic rules for a classic feud. And I think at Trivia Takeover, Phoenix, this has got to end. I mean, you've been itching, you've been scratching, you've been clawing to get that championship. You and I have been doing this for over 2 years, so I'm going to put it to you like this. This is your one final chance at the Knowledge Championship. If I win, you cannot challenge for the Knowledge Championship ever again. Phoenix, if you beat me, finally, and if you beat me, I will not challenge for the Knowledge Championship for one full calendar year.
This, one way or another, will be the end of an era.
You and I, one last time.
welcome to the madhouse, enter the sway. Welcome to the dark side of all the fame. Beware of what you know you're asking for. It's not.
So, one more thing before we get into AEW.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. Impact Wrestling is looking for a new network. 3, 2,
Again. Sorry.
1.
Well,
Again.
I jumped the gun on that a little. Sorry about that.
That's
Again.
okay, they've been jumping the gun for 4 years.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay.
You know what? Let me break it down.
Yeah.
2004 to 2005, Fox Sports Net.
Yep.
2005, Urban American TV. Who?
Destination America.
2005 to 2014, fair enough, Spike TV. And this is where it all goes downhill. 2015, Destination America. 2016 to 2019, Pop. 2019, Pursuit and Twitch. 2020, who the fuck knows?
So, okay, here's how this got started. Because Conan on Keeping It 100, Orale Mi Raza, was talking about, like, they're planning on having a deal for the fall. And then freaking Scott D'Amore's at the AAA press conference, which I know how these motherfucking Impact fans are going to think. Because, oh my God, Johnny Impact and friggin' Taya are on the card as well as Tessa Blanchard. Impact's going to the Garden. No, AAA is going to the Garden. Impact is just on there. They haven't made it. Stop saying Impact's at the Garden. Johnny Impact was at the Garden way before Impact when he was at the WWE. Good for Ty and Tessa, but let's not fucking think like, oh my God, Impact's doing big things. Because when they come to New York, they're going to the fucking dump ass that is the Melrose Ballroom. So shut your fucking asses up that they made it to the Garden. No, they haven't. AAA did. Anyway, I digress. So, at the press conference, Scott D'Amore goes, oh, you know, well, he's trying to make, like, Explosion on, you know, Pursuit TV, and they're trying to find, like, a main network for the mothership that is Impact. And I'm like, Scott, who the fuck you going to? Like, really, Scott? Who is going to pick that up? WGN America, who I've been saying for months will probably pick them up, but that's still, it's all right because it's WGN America. But you're not going to be, like I see some Impact fans saying Viceland because, you know, Viceland has all those wrestling documentaries on it now. But really, do you see them going to a big network like Viceland? I don't see them going to a big network because what big network is going to pick them up? They're not going to Paramount, which people stop saying Paramount. They're not going back to the former Spike TV. Stop it. They are not picking them up. I mean, like, really, come on.
Scotty don't.
Scotty don't. Like, who's gonna pick them up? Like, come on. And I mean, everybody's like, oh my God, friggin' 12,000 on Twitch. This is like their second highest in a week. But here's what happens: they announce it on Twitter, like, oh my God, we had 14,000 views. It was so great. Thank you for everything. And then the next week, crickets, because nobody cared after that 1 week. And when you know when it was high in that week, when Killer Cross was fighting Johnny Impact in the main event. So people that want to shit on Killer Cross, like Andre Corbeil, because he has a Canadian boner for anybody that's Canadian, saying that he'd rather prefer Michael Elgin over Killer Cross because of experience. Motherfucker, Michael Elgin is not going to draw you shit. I watched that Twitch feed when we got the Swan and Elgin, which was a very good match, mind you. Shit was going down, okay? People were tuning out a little bit. When Killer Cross was doing, oh my God, they killed Kenny, and friggin' putting a kendo stick over his knee, people were watching that.
You know what? People like Andre Corbeil and Impact diehards, they remind me of Corey Feldman in Stand By Me.
Yes.
No,
good.
I'll explain. Because when somebody gets hot in Impact, they're like, this guy's great, he's a future, he's going to save Impact. And then shit doesn't work out and they decide to leave Impact. Then they turn into Corey Feldman and go, fuck you, motherfucker, I'm going to rip down your head and shit down your throat.
That's why I'm laughing, man, because you're bringing up the Stand By Me reference. I love that. I love that very much.
Nobody rage quits like Impact fans.
Jesus, man. Bringing this. I'm sorry, but you caught me off guard with the Stand By Me reference. I like that very much. So, I mean, friggin' Killer Cross friggin' says, yo, I won out. Then Scarlett Bordeaux, a week later, okay, Daz, are you a country fan? You know a little country music?
I wouldn't say I'm a fan, but I don't hate it enough to turn it off.
All right, so friggin' Scarlett Bordeaux was channeling her inner Tammy Wynette and started singing Stand By Your Man, and she's friggin' saying, hey, I want to get out of there, too.
Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Friggin' Scarlett Bordeaux. Well, I mean, what do you blame? Like, what friggin' network's going to pick them up? Who do you got wrestling tonight? Disco Inferno. Who you got wrestling tonight? Rob Van Dam versus Tommy Dreamer. It's fucking House of Hardcore 2.0 is what it is, because Tommy Dreamer cannot accept the fact that ECW is dead, and we got to bring fucking the Sandman and Sabu and everybody back.
Ugh.
And it's just, and I mean James Mitchell's, which is cool, but they got Jessica Havoc coming in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, as we said last week, the ECW reunion was cool 15 fucking years ago.
It was, and then it got sad when they brought it back with EV 2.0 and that Hardcore Justice where they couldn't even say Balls Mahoney. They called Balls Mahoney Cajones. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Fucking Cajones. Because we can't say Balls Mahoney.
They couldn't redo his theme either because it didn't really work. I've got big cojones. He's got big cojones.
Jesus. Good I just don't I don't know who's gonna pick them up. Like, you can talk about new TV deals, but friggin' AEW's on TNT, WWE's on Fox, and here's Impact on WGN America. That's nice.
And Twitch.
And Twitch. Oh, you know what else we got to talk about?
What else happened this week?
24 minutes, man. 24 minutes. For those who have Pursuit TV and you wanted to see Rich Swann and Michael Elgin, they never came back. They never came back. Well, I mean, this has happened before, but like their ads when it was that 70s show on Pop.
It happened when I was watching it live one night. And people now are like, wait a minute, they don't get Impact Live in the UK. No, we don't, but I watched it live. Yeah, I think it was Matt Hardy. No, Bobby Lashley was in the main event. I want to say EC3.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and they went to a break, the last break, and then it never came back. It was like Glenn Miller walking to the fog and never see him again.
And then friggin' Michael Elgin tweets out, hey, Impact, because they put it also on the Impact Plus app, which, let's just be honest, it's GWN rebranded with a new name because, hey, Jeff Jarrett won't lay off of us, so let's just get rid of the GWN name because Jeff Jarrett's still coming. He wants his footage. So now it's Impact Plus, and Michael Elgin pretty much tweeted out that say, hey, Impact, why don't you give it on their website or blah, 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 blah. Let's show them the best professional wrestling out there today. I'm like, that's nice, Mike. And everybody got so mad because 24 minutes left in the show in the middle of the main event never comes back. Well, here's the thing how I saw that, because there was an Impact fan. Actually, Courtney Somber sent it to me. She goes, uh-oh. And I'm like, what's uh-oh? And then I read the tweet. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. They forget. Whoever has Pursuit are trying to watch a main event, and then they never come back. 24 minutes left in the show. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go. And but mind you, since I don't get Pursuit because, well, nobody does. So I should say that because I know Moses Marquez gets it. I know some people in that RWT group that probably does get Pursuit TV. I do not because I'm not paying for it. I don't want to then people are like, oh, why don't you ask for it from your cable provider? Because I don't want to pay and add to my cable. Thank you very much.
This is the great thing about AEW being on ITV in the UK, because nobody in the UK can say I don't get ITV because everybody does.
Everybody gets ITV. There you go. So I mean, like, okay. But I'm like, I'll just watch it on Twitch, and I watched it on Twitch, and I got the whole match, which was very good. So I was very happy. So I didn't have to worry about complaining.
They tweeted out an advert for this week's episode. Say, hey, Impact on Thursday night, whatever. So I just had to reply, are you gonna show the whole episode?
I saw that too. I like that. I like that very much. Oh my god! But yeah, it's.
I'm asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend. Oh, but yeah, and I mean, friggin' just that was the latest with Impact. And Scarlett Bordeaux, are you really shocked that she wants out too because her man wants out?
No, of course not. Obviously, she's gonna go with Killer Cross, and rightfully so for both of them.
Exactly. I mean, well, Scarlett Bordeaux, they turned her into the friggin' comedy act, being with Fala Ba Ba Ba. They had her wrestle Disco Inferno, Glenn Gilberti. So I mean, like, they already like killed it off in a way because it's just like, why? And they're still doing all these intergender matches, which I got no problem with intergender matches, but I think it's just like not against Glenn Gilberti.
How the fuck is Disco Inferno a top star in 2019? Fucking Impact.
I got one word for you though, Conan, because he's boys with Conan. That's why they bring him in.
I mean, seriously.
I know you do a podcast together with him, Conan, but like nobody cares.
That's like AEW making Tiger Ali Singh a top guy.
You see, I got something to say about Tiger Ali Singh because as a kid, watching him, what he did with the gross things that he did, but watching him in the hardcore title, getting his ass whipped by Steve Blackman almost on a daily basis with some of the funny stuff.
Yeah, I'll give Tiger Ali Singh more credit. He was a funny guy. Like, I can't remember the pay-per-view, what it was, but he spent the whole night trying to get in, and they wouldn't let him into the building because he didn't know who he was.
Oh God, I forgot. I know which pay-per-view that is, but I can't remember. Was that? It's got to be something from like 98, 99, 2000. One of those. Yeah. I think it was before the hardcore title shit, right?
Yeah, I think it was 98. May have been Fully Loaded, maybe.
Oh God, don't tell Kenny about Fully Loaded 98. Good God, that was still one of the funniest things. He goes, Fully Loaded 99. No, Kenny. Fully Loaded 98. Yes, Kenny.
Oh. Okay, so let's talk.
Let's talk.
AEW.
AEW.
It's
AEW.
finally launching this Saturday. So finally we can shut the fucking people up who are just like,
It's a t-shirt company.
AEW, they're gonna do anything. Shut up. Alright, so we got 9 matches.
Yes, we do. 2 on
Um,
pre-show.
Yeah, you mentioned the 20-man casino battle royal. Also on the pre-show is Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara.
Have you
Guevara,
now?
however you pronounce it.
Guevara.
Guevara,
You're,
yeah.
you're close. You're very close.
I noticed the 2 A's afterwards.
So now, Kip Sabian, I've not seen. I know he's a UK guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen his work? Is he good?
I haven't seen him, no.
Okay.
He doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. It shows up in red, which means they know who he is, but he doesn't have a page.
Now, Sammy Guevara, you have seen. Like, he's been on Lucha Underground. He's been around. He's very good. He's a good high flyer.
Yeah. So, do you know what? I'm not even sure if we can accurately predict this because it's the first event, so there's no backstory. It's just great matches.
Oh, yeah, I tried my prediction show, but I'm just like, how can you really predict this when this is their first show? And I tried very hard, but I'm like, how can you predict this when it's like, hey, here we are. There's no build into this except for Cody and Dustin and Jericho and Omega, so it's kind of like, hey, we got a lot of good wrestling. So,
yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much a house show, but on pay-per-view.
Now, with this 21-man Battle Royale, I mean, we have Sean Spears, Ty Dillinger, which is cool in here. We got Brian Pillman Jr., I'm happy to see. MJF, Joey Janela, Billy fucking Gunn, of course. Sorry. Jungle Boy,
So, Billy, you're the head of creative for now. What's your first decision? Oh, put me in the Battle Royal.
Put me in the Battle Royal. Jimmy Havoc is in there. Now, okay.
Yeah.
I got to say this. Do you see a John Moxley appearance?
Oh, this is the question, is where John Moxley's going to end up. I don't believe WWE made that vignette for him. I think it was too good to be indie, but it wasn't good enough to be WWE production value. So I'd lean more towards him appearing at Double or Nothing. So yeah, I'll put him in the Battle Royal because we do have 4 spaces available.
We do. So, I mean, hey, put him in the Battle Royale.
I'm also happy to see Brian Pillman Jr. in there.
Yep, me too. MJF?
Yeah, MJF, who impressed the hell out of us at All In.
Oh, dude, like, I've been watching this guy since his days in Creative Pro when he was trained by Kurt Hawkins and the NYWC, the New York Wrestling Connection. So this dude has got talent. He's a student of the game. Now, we also have another veteran in here, fucking Glacier.
Yeah, as you mentioned. Okay.
Sonny Kiss, who was Exalicious in Lucha Underground, he's not bad. He really is not. He really can work, and I like Sonny Kiss. Jungle Boy, I've heard good things. Luchasaurus was what's his face said. He was Vibora in Lucha Underground. He was Judas Devlin very briefly in NXT, and I think he did some Ring of Honor work.
Yeah.
Does that name ring a bell or no?
Kind of.
Okay. Well, Sean Spears obviously makes sense because, well, him and Cody Rhodes are tight, and they were a tag team in OVW. They were the OVW Southern Tag Champs. And he was Stan. Kick Stan.
I gotta mention Sean Spears, actually. Somebody posted in one of the wrestling groups on Facebook. They believe WWE paid Google to autocorrect this search. So they searched Ty Dillinger, and then Google came up with, did you mean WWE Ty Dillinger? And they thought, WWE's paid him. No. It's just he's better known as Ty Dillinger from WWE.
What a fucking dipshit that guy is. What does he have? His head up his ass? What kind of horse shit is that?
That's how Google works. It goes off what people know the most.
Of course. Well, yeah, but what is wrong with that guy? Fucking goddamn. Well, I mean, we also could have searched him as Stan. See, I just can't stand.
Yeah, nobody really knows him as Sean Spears yet.
Well, I mean, the friggin' quick run as Gavin Spears. My God, where he just dropped a super crazy on ECW for like 3 weeks. God.
The old days of being a nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many great talents in this Battle Royal, and obviously the Kip Sabian-Sammy Guevara match. Yeah. One match I'm looking forward to: Young Bucks and Lucha Brothers for the AAA tag titles.
Yeah, I know Young Bucks get a lot of flack for being spot monkeys or flippy guys, but they're always entertaining. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And obviously, Penta and Phoenix are just like one of the hottest tag teams outside of WWE right now.
Now I got to ask you: do you think they had enough?
Oh, they definitely had enough. They never signed to Impact. They were signed to Lucha, and Lucha worked with Impact. That's all there is to it.
I just had to say it.
We got Penta. No, you don't. You've loaned Penta.
You've loaned him. And I'll be honest with you. The only reason why Lucha Underground and Impact sold out last year is because Lucha Underground was on the card during WrestleMania weekend. If it was just Impact, nobody was coming. Low tickets. There's a reason why there was low tickets before Lucha came aboard.
If Impact was to draw, do shows by yourself.
Yeah. Oh. So, yes. Dude, we're in for a treat with that one. What do you think about Asha Kong, Yuka Sakazaki, and Emi Sakura versus Hakoru Shida, Riho Abi, and Ryo Mizunami? Now, those girls are from the DDT and another Japanese promotion. Aja Kong is a veteran. We know who Aja Kong is.
Rest in peace, everybody who's not Aja Kong.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that, too. It's like watching Bull Nakano in the 90s. It's like, I was saying with Aja Kong. That's how I can equate it. Does that make sense? Like Aja Kong, Bull Nakano type of deal?
Yeah. I know Aja Kong was a big inspiration for...
Awesome Kong.
Yeah, Awesome Kong, Karma. And they, of course, worked together in the early days of Karma's... I keep saying Karma. Her name's Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong's career. And that's, of course, why she was named Awesome Kong, because she was teaming with Aja Kong.
Yep. Well, I think was she originally Amazing Kong, and then they switched it to Awesome Kong?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she thought she was being insulted because somebody just called her Kong, and she didn't realize that was going to be a ring name, which I remember from an interview with Kenny Killer. Cheap plug.
That's true. That's right. Yes. Look. It all comes back to... See, you talk about coming back full circle. It all comes back to the Yoda that is Kenny Killer. I like your style. All right. Now, dude...
I did.
Oh, yes, we did. Oh, so... Good Lord. Dude, the best friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta, against the new signings of Angelico and Jack Evans, who we've also seen in AAA Lucha Underground. That's going to be good.
I can't wait to see Jack Evans again. I saw him for the first time years ago in Impact, and they didn't sign him. And I was so angry they didn't sign him, because he's insane.
Did you see his Ring of Honor stuff?
No, I very rarely watched Ring of Honor, ever. But yeah, Jack Evans is insane talent.
I mean, dude, him and the matches that he's had with Teddy Hart, the best friends kill it as a tag team. And Trent Beretta, I've been watching that dude. All right, here's a funny story. So being a fellow New Yorker and Long Islander, Trent Beretta, when he was on the Indies, do you know what his ring name was?
Trent?
No.
I'm
going to throw you off with this, but I want to see if you can actually get it.
Okay. I know he had a couple of weird names. There was Ace Vedder.
Okay.
You say Plasma.
Yeah, he was Plasma in the New York Wrestling.
With a Z.
No. His name was Plasma, and he teamed with a guy named Maverick in NYWC, the New York Wrestling Connection. Do you know who Maverick would later go on to be?
No.
Tony Nese.
Oh. You know what? They should have called him TV, and it would have been Plasma TV.
Yes. So, I mean, this is also around the time when Brian Myers and Brett Matthews, who would later go on to be Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder, were doing their thing in NYWC, coming out to the Backstreet Boys. So, yeah, that was a Zack Ryder call because he loves the Backstreet Boys. Anyway, I remember
old ring name of Trent Beretta is kind of weird.
Which one?
The Girl from Mexico.
Okay, see, I don't know about all because I started with the Plasma days. I started 0506 when he was Plasma, so I didn't even forgot about that. Okay,
I'm just going by his profile.
So I mean, dude, that dude's come a long way. I mean, the Dude Busters with him and Kalen Croft in WWE. Good God.
Yeah.
And I mean, Chucky T's come a long way. All these guys have come a long way, so we're really in for a treat. And obviously, Roppongi Vice, him and Rocky Romero were great in New Japan. I got to ask you, what do you think about the three-way match with Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, and the first ever transgender woman to be on a roster, one Nyla Rose? Now, I've seen Nyla Rose wrestle because she's wrestled in the Northeast a lot. Not bad, very talented. Are you looking forward to this triple threat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. That's all you got to say about that. Yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, I know who Britt Baker is, but I don't know much about the other two.
Okay, so Kylie Ray. This will make you laugh too. Kylie Ray. Go ahead.
Not Kaylee Ray. Kylie
Not
Ray.
Kaylee Ray. Kylie Ray. Kaylee Ray's fucking awesome. Kylie Ray did a lot of work for like Rise, which partnered with Impact very briefly, and Shimmer, and like all around those spots. So she's done a lot of those win promotions. Britt Baker, obviously the wife of Adam Cole, baby, and we saw it all in Kill It, so we know. Oh yes, but yeah, that's gonna be good. What other ones did we not mention? Oh, dude, SoCal Uncensored against the Strong Hearts of Seema, T-Hawk, and El Lindemann. That's from the China promotion. Those three guys are from.
Yeah. You know, it's never a bad thing to see Daniels and Kazarian.
Never. I mean, friggin', I'll be honest with you. One of my favorite things with that. Oh my God!
Yes.
Bad Influence Steve, yes.
And,
Scorpio Sky? Are you a fan of Scorpio Sky?
I mean, not as much as Daniels and Kazarian, but yeah. Maybe, I mean, that's just because I've followed those two more.
Okay, so the one time we saw Scorpio Sky on WWE, remember he was Harold and the anger management thing with Daniel Bryan and Kane?
No. I just, think of them as extras.
Okay. You just glossing them over, Daz. Fuck them. They're extras. That's your stance on the extras, Daz. You're bad luck Fale. Fuck them. That's your stuff. That's your stuff. Okay. No, he was Harold in that, and he was actually in TNA very briefly as I believe it was Mason Andrews or something like that, and then friggin' TNA said nope. Like George Evans, they said nope.
We're gonna bring it full circle again.
Go ahead.
Because Scorpio Sky was also a firefighter during the Ring of Fire match between Kane and Bray Wyatt.
Oh, of course. The Ring of Fire, yes. All right. Okay, so he was also on Wrestling Society. Do you remember Wrestling Society X?
By name, yeah.
It was very briefly on MTV, and they had to, okay, so they had an incident on one of the shows. It was Ricky Banderas, better known as Judas Macias, or also known as Mil Martes from Lucha Underground, took on Vampiro for their title. And there was an incident where a fireball was used, and MTV had to pull the plug because they were not a fan of it.
You remember hearing about that, yeah?
Yeah, so MTV said no. But hey, well, here's what we could do on MTV. We're going to please Vince Russo because we're going to keep Teen Mom on the air. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to...
Teen Mom, I hate that show.
We are going to put Teen Mom on the air, and we're just going to become reality. And you know what? Say fuck the music. We're just going to be about the television.
Teen Mom is up there with fucking Love Island.
Dude, okay. Daz, what do you hate more, Teen Mom or Love Island? If you had to choose one, I know you hate them both equally, but if you had to choose, which is worse?
Oh, well, not many people talk about Teen Mom. It just exists, but everybody floods my timeline with shit about Love Island when that runs, so Love Island is definitely worse.
Yeah, that's your version of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Good God.
Probably worse.
Yeah, fucking just, ugh. You see, now...
And you know what's worse?
What?
It's on ITV2.
Oh my God. So you get AEW.
We get AEW on the same network as fucking Love Island.
Ugh.
So long as they don't cross-plug each other, we're cool.
Hey, all you got to do now is start playing.
Oh, no.
You know where I'm going with this. You got to play that. Who sings that song, Crossroads, that did the cover of Bone Thugs and Harmony, that fucking boy group that we talked about, that boy band? Who sings that, Crossroads?
Blazing Squad, but I just thought of something worse.
What?
Love Island is going to be on the same network as Joey Ryan.
Oh my God, the penis party in Love Island, man.
Oh no, please, no. Jesus. Don't give me no Love Island dick flips.
Stop, he's already dead.
The power of the penis. It ain't going to be powerful for much long after you go on that show, mate.
Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Jesus. All right, so the match that is not closing the show, because I thought it was before we found out about Jericho and Omega, and we'll talk about it in a sec. Cody and Dustin. I got to say, I love the build. I think it's been great, and I think Dustin and them are going to kill it because the match should have been on a WrestleMania, not a fast lane when he was Stardust.
Yeah.
But I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, and obviously the AEW hate squad have criticized it because it's an old guy called Dustin
He
Rhodes.
fucking work. He's an old guy. The dude could freaking go, and he's fucking in his mid-40s. Leave him alone. It's the Natural versus the American Nightmare. Jesus,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up, you marks.
He can give us a better match than Goldberg and Undertaker.
Yeah, fucking eat a bag of dicks. I said it last week. Eat a bag of dicks.
If they'd have said this like 15 years ago when he was Black Rain, maybe I could understand, but he's shredded that weight.
No, hold on. Now, Black Rain, I hated it, but he was also in a bad place too. So.
Yeah. I mean, the gimmick wasn't all bad. They had some enjoyable moments, like Misty.
Misty was. I did enjoy the mouse. I'm not gonna lie. I did enjoy the mouse.
And scaring the shit out of Eric Young. Relic. You know it's killer spelled backwards, right?
Backwards. Can you believe? Now, I'll be honest with you. Can you still believe that was Johnny Stamboli under that whole paint?
No.
Oh, fucking Relic. That's killer spelled backwards. Goddamn. So yes, obviously I'm gonna say this. I know we're not doing predictions. We're going through them, but Cody's winning that match. Or could you see the Natural going over?
I wouldn't be surprised if Cody put him over. Because Cody's an executive, he doesn't need to win.
That's true. He doesn't need to win.
And I think he'd like to put his brother over, as he's coming to the end of his career, basically.
And also, Cody's like the Mark Dallas. He runs the fucking show.
Yeah, but at the same time, of course, Dustin is old school, so maybe he wants to go out on his back. And what better way than to his younger brother?
How about that paint, man? The black and red, yeah.
You know what? Nobody does paint like Dustin Rhodes. Maybe Jeff Hardy, but...
Yeah, but they both are up there for like the most with face. How about Sting?
Yeah, but I mean, Sting always did the same one.
That is true. All right, yeah, you got me on that one. Okay, I like your style. So besides face painting, Cody and Dustin, Jericho and Omega too. Dude, if they're doing this where like the winner gets a shot at the top, I'm thinking Jericho's got to go over, dude. And dude, we got Jericho and friggin' Okada at Dominion, the Painmaker and the Rainmaker. You kidding me?
As I said to you, my prediction is Jericho will be the first AEW World Champion.
And how much build does that have if it's AEW champion versus IWGP champion? Oh.
But then it's going to be bad when Okada inevitably wins because he's Okada.
Okay. And I know Courtney and the Butcher hate Okada. I'm kind of like, I don't hate Okada, but I'll be honest with you. I hate Tanahashi more than Kazuchika Okada just because fucking Hiroshi is always in there and go Ace, go. Yes, go Ace. Go out the fucking door. And I really don't want to. But no, you got to understand. Like, I've been watching Hiroshi Tanahashi. I remember the match with AJ Styles and TNA that I love. But it's just like the man is always. He's Tanahashi. He's always up in there. And Okada, you could make a case for it too. But Okada is not as bad as fucking Tanahashi. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Des.
I'm kind of in between.
In between?
I'm in between Butcher and Courtney, and then your side, because again, I don't hate Okada, but I dislike him more than Tanahashi because it's always Okada.
You know why it's always Okada?
Because he's a Rainmaker.
Because he's the fucking Rainmaker. That's what he is, Tess.
But yeah, I'm still salty because he took the title off Jay White when I think Jay White deserved a much longer run.
I'll be honest with you too, and I know obviously Oiled Abs 24/7, her opinion aside, and I love you, Courtney. So minus that, I have to say I was kind of wanting Jay White to win. I mean, the dude's main event, Madison Square Garden, but what's the big pop we're gonna get? Okada taking it from him. I think Jay White should have won, and I like Okada, but yeah, I think that's what soured it too, is just because he took it off the Kiwi. That is Jay White.
Yeah,
this one,
it was just like they want to send the fans home happy by putting the title back on a babyface, but New Japan fans aren't like that.
Exactly. And personally, I think he would. Dude, could you imagine a Jay White Chris Jericho match?
Oh.
I mean, I like the fact that we're getting Okada Jericho because it's first time, and everybody has been clamoring for it since he came in and he fought Omega and he fought Naito. So obviously, everybody wants to see Jericho and Okada for that thing. But yeah, Jericho and Jay White, that's different. It's unique. I dig it.
Jericho's gone full heel. I don't know if you've seen The Road to Double or Nothing. There was an episode where Jericho was in Cody's office, and they were basically going back and forth about, I don't think you appreciate me enough. Like, I I'm grateful you're part of AEW. What more do you want me to say? And everything. So then Cody leaves, and then some dude comes over and goes, Mr. Jericho, can I escort you out to your car out of the building? Yeah, sure. Jericho just picks up Cody's cane, bashes the dude across the back of the head with it, and walks out.
I gotta say something, because yes, I did see that, and that was absolutely amazing. But these promos that Jericho's been cutting have been awesome about AEW. Oh, I love it. And Jericho as the first AEW champion, I gotta admit, I wouldn't be mad at that.
No, I think he's been, aside from Cody and the Bucks, he's been the biggest advocate for AEW. He's plugging the shit out of it. And he's being upfront and honest. You know, you may not want to call it a war between AEW and WWE, but it kind of will be.
And I mean, the fact that WWE has blackballed him in a way with the not like from the company, but podcasts, and how he can't have any WWE person to talk as Jericho is great.
WWE are pissed.
I think it's funny, but yeah, I mean, good for Jericho. I'll be honest with you. I think you could say this too as a fan of Chris Jericho and appreciate like what he's done over the years. The man got a clipboard over. The man got a scarf over. The man can do whatever the fuck he wants. But I got to say this. You know, down the line, you will see him in WWE again.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's had a Hall of Fame career, it's Jericho.
Yeah, well, if he's not wrestling, he definitely will be in that Hall of Fame.
I had this...
Well, I'm sorry, don't mean to go, but I mean, dude, if Billy Gunn is in the Hall of Fame and they could make a joke out, we'll buy that little pissant company. I mean, you know that, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I had it out with Chad Broughton, B-Rock. Shout out.
B-Rock's awesome. Yeah, B-Rock, go ahead.
Posted about... He's so excited for AEW, and he's posted about it. How they're going to be... How it affects WWE, basically, and somebody was like, yeah, but they're not going to put WWE out of business, ha ha ha, as people do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple case of, no, I don't believe AEW is going to put WWE out of business, because WWE is, as bad as it is, it's an absolute machine. But you are either blind, stupid, or in denial if you don't think AEW is going to give WWE some competition. Especially with WWE's product this bad.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of people are waiting for that alternative, and booyah, here we are.
Yeah. They may not be full on at war, but it is an alternative, and people are going to switch over, and people are excited to see a new major American promotion.
Well, and I think the thing I like about Tony Khan is, like, they didn't want to compete, like, on the same night as WWE. They have it on Tuesday, which is fine.
Yeah, Impact.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute. With Impact, I saw that's the other thing I forgot to mention. Somebody said, oh, that means we have an open slot for Impact on Wednesdays. Impact tried that. Didn't work.
Impact tried every friggin' night.
What are they going to do? Go back to fucking Thursdays again? Oh, boy, Impact's on Thursdays again. Oh, my God, Impact's looking for a TV deal. Again.
The 2 episodes they did when they went up against Raw Live actually weren't bad episodes. But they couldn't keep it up.
Yeah, like I remember watching the January 4th one when it was going against Shawn and Brett, the rekindling and all that, and then Vince will blow them. Like, dude, when they're doing the friggin' mousetrap, whatever the fuck that was, the Terror Dome that looks like like the friggin' mousetrap shit, and then and Jeff Hardy hits Homicide with that. God, that was a chair shot. Not as bad as when he hit Brock Lesnar, but that was a fucking chair shot. And then friggin' everybody's shitting bullshit because there was a non-finish in there, and then friggin' Ric Flair's over here, and oh my God, here's Orlando Jordan, and whatever Orlando Jordan's doing, and everybody. Yeah, well, I'll be honest with you. The thing that he did with Rob Terry, oh my God. Friggin' just like he's supposed to be just in his pants over Rob Terry.
Yeah, Velveteen Dream did the gimmick much better.
And also, there's another thing I like to add that. Like, you see Orlando Jordan based off, which is fine. He's bisexual. And he wanted to do this gimmick in WWE. But friggin' when Aaron Rex comes in as like Liberace, Damian Sandow, and then this is where I look at Impact fans. There's a reason why WWE said no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Damian Sandow was a big flop in Impact.
Well, dude, he wins the title right away, and then he jobs to Moose, and they did nothing with him. He's feuding with like Robbie E. He's Liberace, and his Spud is with him. He's like Spud, and I'm like, I don't care about this. What the fuck are you doing, Mr. fucking Liberace? Like, it wasn't gonna work in WWE, and it didn't work in Impact. Like, it sucked. It was garbage. It wasn't even garbage, Daz. It was garbage. Fucking yeah, and I mean like whatever, and I mean well the thing with that around that time with 2010 with the war, I mean they brought in everybody from the Hulk Hogan Australia tour. They brought in Ric Flair, they brought Orlando Jordan, they brought in the fucking Nasty Boys, freaking Brian.
Nasty Boys.
Fucking Brian Knobs is cutting a promo and it sounds like he's gonna have a heart attack any minute. It's like what the fuck. Oh.
Do you know what? Everything was going okay, and then they brought in the Nasty Boys.
With Jimmy Hart and they had to fucking fight Team 3D because it's a dream match. Really, is it in 2010? Is it really a dream
This
match?
is a dream
match. They were the Nasties. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Could somebody get the mic away from him?
Or a drip. Just
Or
get him a drip. Get him a drip and some oxygen.
Jesus. Ugh. And now look at him freaking going back to yesteryear again, like you mentioned, Disco Inferno. Like, ugh. Fucking A, man. Fucking A. One thing I did want to mention here, and I kind of want to get real about this. As someone who watched that Diva search, and being a fellow Long Islander, and watching her put her number out there for everybody to, call her and vote for her in the Diva search. And actually, when I saw that, I'm like, hey, I know that area code. Why? Because I'm from here. New York represent.
Yeah.
So as I'm watching that as a kid, and watching what she did, I gotta say rest in peace to Ashley Massaro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she followed us at one point. I'm not sure if she still did.
Did she?
Yeah, I remember us talking about her a couple of years ago. Yeah.
I'll be honest, man, dude, she looked good. I saw those appearances she was doing at like the Starcast and all these conventions. I'm like, she looked good, and it's just unfortunate, man. Like really, for real, like the suicide thing coming out, and it's a shame. It really is. I just had to mention it also because fellow Long Islander, and I. You know what it is too, dude? And I mean, I don't mean to get all like, I don't mean to like take this in like a different route here, but as a kid growing up in Long Island and seeing what has become like the epidemic of friggin' people dying over, and people I've graduated with dying of overdoses and suicide is just, it's really sad, and it's got to stop. And mental health is no joke, and stuff like this is no joke. So I just want to say rest in peace, because it's just, it really is heartbreaking, man. Just as someone who's lived around that environment.
Yeah, it's too much, too young, too often. It just seems to be all the time these days.
It is. And it just and the stuff that's coming out now about the whole tribute to the troops thing and stuff, and what's going on, and just
I mean, which WWE have categorically denied, and apparently she emailed them before her death apologizing for her involvement in any lawsuits. So I don't know what went on with that.
I don't know why, but still, just too young. And I know. A lot of people look at it like, oh, Ashley Massaro, she was a Diva Search winner. But I got to say, some of my favorite moments with Ashley Massaro, I did enjoy her with Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I thought they were fun because obviously she was with Paul London at the time. And she went to Matt Hardy. I mean, her and Trish Stratus going against Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle and Victoria. What were they, Vince's Angels at the time? Like, would they call it Vince McMahon? Or Vince's Devils. No, excuse me, Vince's Devils. I mean, I had no problem with Ashley. She was in Playboy. I'll be honest with you. I remember the match with her and Melina from WrestleMania 23. And I remember thinking as a kid, of course, it's that time of the year when we have to have the Playboy Cover Girl Challenge for the Women's Championship. And I mean, good.
Ashley was very much eye candy, but she also wasn't the worst wrestler in the world.
I think she worked very hard. Like, I remember watching Christy. Well, then again, it was Trish Stratus at the time, but watching Christy Hemme having a decent match with Trish Stratus at WrestleMania because it's Trish Stratus, and Christy worked hard. We saw what she did in Impact, TNA, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Ashley Massaro worked hard. I mean, she did her thing on SmackDown and Raw, and I mean, she got her WrestleMania moment when it was her and Maria, who was a Playboy cover girl at the time, with Snoop Dogg against, was it Beth Phoenix and Melina? Yeah, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah, back in the early days of the Diva Search, they actually put the work in after winning, and then they found Eva Marie.
Oh.
Which we won't go into, but there you go.
That's right. Good. Well, the only time I ever stuck up for Eva Marie was after she left.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
And she basically shut down Mia Khalifa.
And then Mia Khalifa got a lollipop with a dick in it.
It was quite funny. Like, she shut down Mia Khalifa, and Mia was like, okay. Yeah, maybe I was wrong. Okay.
Well, duh. Yeah, I mean, here's what she did. She verbally kind of like shut her down, as opposed to John Stossel just getting physically shut down by Dr. D back in the 80s with that open hand slap. You know what I'm saying? So that was the verbal version of that, is what that was. We're live, pal.
Yeah, try telling this guy wrestling's fake.
Exactly, man.
You know what? I also think of Ready to Rumble with Jimmy King. When they're looking for guys to join his posse, and they've got this makeshift ring made out of mattresses, and this dude just gets in and goes, "Everybody knows wrestling's fake anyway." Whack! Right hand. Did that feel fake?
Yes. You see, people bury that movie, but it did have its moments.
I don't understand the hate for Ready to Rumble. I love it.
I do too. I mean, friggin' Diamond upside down as a pussy. Are you kidding me? That was funny as fuck.
You love Jimmy King. I love Jimmy King. We're men. And we're not afraid to say we love other men. Sting just punches him.
Like, it had him, and then he goes, "Hit me too. Hit me. Hit me." Like, it wasn't that bad. I mean, there's been worse. There's been worse out there, but I still crack up at Ready to Rumble. It's funny, man.
Sal Mandini, wanna wrestle?
Okay. Who can I compare that to now that's kind of like that? I think Tommy Dreamer's kind of like that, because Tommy Dreamer just won't go away. He's the Sal Mandini. Tommy Dreamer, want to wrestle?
Just with a kendo stick.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sal Mandini, good lord.
Alright, so yes, Double or Nothing is this Saturday. We are literally on the verge of a new era as AEW officially kicks off with Double or Nothing live from Vegas. Available on ITV box office for those of us in the UK, which is huge in of itself. Also available on Fight TV and other pay-per-view providers on your side, Mike.
Yes, yes, very much. Friggin' pay-per-view, the Fight app, Fight TV. Yeah, that's about it.
I feel like we should be getting paid for this.
Yeah, we probably should. Yes.
Let's do a Brock Lesnar. Pay me.
Pay me.
And of course, Trivia Takeover is just over a month away. You can check out the hype video right now for Mike Larkin, the Phoenix, one last time.
Now, I could say something like, "Phoenix, I'm tired of spanking that ass," but I'm not going to go that route. I'm just going to be nice and say, this is Mike talking to Craig. It's going to be an end of an era. It's going to be a good one, man, because we legit have been doing this for over 2 years. Trivia Takeover, Phoenix has been trying to get at that since Kenny won it at the first Trivia Takeover. So it's 2 and 3 years culmination for the Phoenix, maybe. Because if I lose, I can't challenge for 1 full year. And the reason why I said that is, let's see how Phoenix can do for trying to hold on to the championship for a year. Because I know, yes, I'm the machine, but it's not easy. I have lost. Kenny has beaten me. I came 1 day shy, which I'll still round it up because 364 estimation. It's real, damn it. It's still real to me, damn it. So, no, but it all, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Kenny and the Phoenix are the only 2 people that have ever beat you one-on-one.
That is true, but Phoenix has beaten me non-title. He hasn't beat
Phoenix did it non-title back when we did trivia every week.
Well, Phoenix beat me with the lats on Brat to channel my inner JBL. Michael. I mean, but yes, I'm really looking forward to ending this with the Phoenix. I think it's going to be very good because, dude, he legit came for my jugular at Promo Mania. Like, I'm listening to the questions. I'm like, Jesus, he's really coming with me. And then I'm asking my questions. I'm like, I think you're going to be hard. I'm like, Jesus. And he comes right back. That's what he did, man. He hit me with the old FURB. You know what the FURB is? He hit me with the old fuck you right back is what Phoenix said. That's what Phoenix did. Phoenix doesn't even realize it, but friggin' I come with this, like, I'm coming hard, and then Phoenix like, well, here's what it is. Mike, fuck you right back. Yeah.
That should be the name of somebody's finisher.
The fuck FURB.
Yeah. Jericho's got the new Judas effect, which is basically a spinning elbow.
Yes. There you go.
So somebody needs to use the fuck you right back.
Fuck you right back. And that was actually a diss song, because just to go back to pop culture very briefly, do you remember a rapper by the name of Iman?
Yeah, no.
Okay, so he had this song, "Fuck What I Said, Don't Mean Shit Now," and then at the end he goes, "Fuck you, you hoe, I don't want you back." So his girlfriend, who was his ex, was also a singer, made a diss track coming back, and it was called "Fuck You Right Back." It's 2004. This is the days of MySpace, kids. This was the days of MySpace.
Well, speaking of songs, Move On is the second Max Noise theme song for Trivia Takeover 4. It's by Firefight and is available now on iTunes and Spotify. Trivia Takeover 4. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, that's very apropos.
It's very apropos. Move on, motherfucker.
Move on, mother. Let me tell you something, bitch. Move on. Motherfucker.
Trivia Takeover 4.0 Curse of Champions comes your way on June 29th. It is one last time as Mike Larkin takes on the Phoenix. In the end of an era for the Knowledge Championship, the stakes could not be higher. Plus, witness the final of the King of the Mike tournament to find out who will challenge the Butcher for the Promo Championship at PromoSlam 4. Go to maxwrestling.net for more information.
Phoenix and I, we headlining. Bright lights, big city. Head to Venera, man.
Eat a bag of dicks, we out.
Eat a bag of dicks, we out, yes. Oh, I got a good one for the out afterwards.
Okay, let's close it then because one final thing. Again, speaking of music, you can check out a brand new theme song and intro for the Max Wrestling Podcast next week in the wake of the kickoff of the AEW era. Also next week, it is Mike Larkin versus Courtney Summers in the King of the Mike tournament. Don't forget to vote this week for the Walker or Moses Marquez. Again, you can vote at maxwrestling.net/vote. That's it for this week. You can find me at Dazzy MWP. Mike is at SM Show 1 and MCL92. The Butcher should be back next week. He is, of course, available at TOG69BHITB. Did it.
You did it in one take, man. One take this time, yes.
Anything to plug?
MC Larkin 92, StephenMikeShow.com. A lot of interviews, LFC related and just fight related. And speaking of LFC, and I'd like to thank the guy that did that amazing logo, which he knows who he is. Thank you. So coming soon is I'm going to be the host of the official LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship podcast coming to iHeartRadio. So, yes. Thank you. See?
Kenny and Mike are moving on to radio. I'm proud.
Yes. Very proud. Thank you. See, Kenny is your Yoda. You're like my Yoda with the logo. So thank you. You're both Yodas in your own right. You are.
And as I said, join us next week for new intro, new music. King of the Mike tournament continues, and we will be predicting NXT TakeOver 25. We must now bid you adieu. Goodbye. And good night. Bang!
Pursuit. Yeah, more like the pursuit to find the rest of the show.
Oh. Kill shot.